Hello, hello, it's Econ Rebel back again. Okay, so we've got something special tonight. We've reached our 400 subscriber. Actually, I think we're over that, so that's pretty exciting. So I'm going to do something special for everyone that's live. G'day, Mr. Bazinga and Rommel Sniper. G'day, how you doing? So you guys are on board. We're going to be doing a special thing for you guys that are live. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the drawing for the competition that we run all the time. So I'm going to have a look at yesterday's video, and we're going to select someone off that. We'll go from there. So just give me a second. We'll do that first. Mikhail Dmitry, do you think the crypto correction is done or one more dive? Good question. So I'm going to try and answer that for you, Mikhail. Let's send you some Bitcoin Cash first. I'm just going to drop that into here and we will pay that. G'day MC Hoddle. What's up, mate? How you doing? Good to have you on board. All right, I'm just going to send some Bitcoin Cash to Dmitry. I'll do that first and then I'll tell you what's happening. $10 US. So when Dimitri, when you get this, just send us a message or a reply. Just let me know that you got it. That'd be great. So we'll send that one off. Done. Cool. That's awesome. Alrighty. So we'll just go back. We might we'll see who else is on at the moment. Let's have a look. At the moment we've got Mr. Bazinga, Rommel, and MC Hoddle. So that's awesome. So what we've got, if you guys have any questions while you've got me here, I'll try and answer them. And that's the best thing about live is you can ask me and I can see what I can do for you. All right, so let's have a look at that question we had before, which was, do you think the crypto correction is done or are we going to see one more dive? All right, so I'll tell you what I think about that. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. All right, so as you can see today, Bitcoin up 8%, Ethereum up 5%, Bitcoin Cash up 3 right through to 5% here. A couple down, like Ripple's down a little bit, Neo, nothing too exciting there, and IOTA up nearly 6%, 20% on EOS. You know, it's a pretty big move from EOS there at 1326, but it has been higher, so I think it was a lot higher, so it's just trying to regain something. Dash up 6%, Monero up 17.3%. Icon up 15%. So really strong. VeChain has been talked about a bit, up 23%. So some big moves there, but it's good to see the market going up. So that's a good indication. So let's have a quick look at the chart for Bitcoin. We'll just have a look at this one. Okay. So we'll click on the chart here, and then we'll just have a look. We'll look at a, let's say just a 1 month chart. So this is what's been doing in the last month from, you can see it's been trending down. If we have a look at a 3 month, you'll see what's happened here. So basically it's went up to where we saw 20,000 and it's come all the way back to nearly 9,000 on some of the exchanges. It's been close to 9,000. Now, this is only around about the same level it was back in November and December before it started to go up quite a lot. So look, I think we've hit this level here. I think this is a support. If we have a look at the previous years at this time between like at the beginning of the year, like late December, beginning of the year, it went down. So I actually think that this is the bottom. I can see this moving on up and continuing up. All right, that's how I feel about with that. Mainly because there's too many things happening in the crypto space. I don't think we're going to see it drop down any further. I think this is one of the lowest points here. I think there's a lot of support for that. I can't see anyone, selling out and going below 8,000 or anything like that. So that's how I feel about the position. So I'm expecting maybe towards February to move back on up towards that 20k mark. So possibly another month before we get up to there. I'm not sure if it's going to go any more than 20, but I would see it's going to be between maybe 16. We'll see what happens in maybe a month's time. But yeah, I expect it to be up in this range. In fact, the longer period of time that we can go with a bit of consolidation in that range, instead of, what I wouldn't like to see is if this just goes straight from 20 up to 40, that's not a good thing. You need some consolidation at a price range for a period of time, and then once people have established that that's a good thing, and it's not moving out of that range, when it does move, it will move to a new level instead of just spiking up like this. Basically going from 10,000 right up to 20,000. So yeah, I think the market's definitely going to go back up to 20,000, and I think basically within the next month we'll see that happen. But I can't see any. I don't see it going in the opposite direction. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. We had a lot of other comments and questions on the last video, so that was great. I appreciate that. So let's have a quick. I had a quick look at the news before. There was nothing too exciting. I saw some US regulators suing 3 companies for fraud. BitConnect still wants to do something with their ICO, which is pretty crazy. The government, when they did the talking about market manipulation here, when the Korean lawmakers said the government did something and allowed people to take advantage of this. So that was an interesting article. Also, another one was this Tether printing press in high gear, issuing 400 million in 4 days. So this is, another just crazy thing. Like, I won't go too much into it. Actually, I think I brought that article up before, but basically, Tether's meant to be tied to the USD, and the idea is that you get in. I think Bittrex is the one that controls it, or actually is made it. I'll just find where it actually says Bittrex. Bitfinex. Okay, so Bitfinex has created Tether. Now they're saying that it's backed by real USD. Okay, and what happens is, with new Bitcoins coming in created each day into the market, it's approximately $18 million. Okay, this is what it's saying about the Bitcoins coming in. Now the miners need to sell that to cover their costs. This means that $18 million of new money needs to enter the market just to maintain current prices, okay? Now, over the last 4 days, $400 million worth of Tethers have been issued. Now, I'm not sure exactly how they've been issued. I'd probably have to do a bit more research on that. But essentially, yeah, look, they say that it's backed by the US dollar, but, it's... whether or not it is, I don't know. So it's quite interesting. This, if you go along with this article, it's talking about the essentially that the Bitfinex and some of the other exchanges, I think some of the other ones rely on Tether as well. And the question is, is it really backed by the USD or Bitfinex itself and some of the other exchanges? So, I mean, Tether is essentially, without going back to US dollars, it's what you would trade in to, so example, let's show you bought Bitcoin, and then you sold Bitcoin. So you bought Bitcoin with US dollars, and you actually put US dollars in, and then you sold it. Let's say you sold it to US Tether. So it's meant to be equivalent to US dollars. However, essentially it's the Tether, but it's not like, it's different to other cryptos. It's meant to be backed by US dollars. But whether or not this is really going on, we don't know. So who knows what will happen with Tether. I don't know if Tether's really holding up the market, but this is kind of saying that, if something goes wrong with this Tether, it might cause a lot of problems. So I've heard a lot of stories about Tether. Nothing, I don't know. To me, Tether seems a bit, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It's as good as like backing a government currency. However, the exchanges use it. I mean, you'd be better off with something like with Binance. They have the Binance coin. Now, the difference with that is it's not backed to the US dollar. It actually has a value. So that's what to me, I feel that's more safer than a Tether, because does this mean that someone just plucked $400 million out and linked it to the Tethers that they created? They could be making this out of thin air. Who knows? But just remember that is a risk, and just be careful. I mean, it's part of trading. If you're trading some of these these exchanges. Okay, it's pretty normal to deal in Tether. I don't deal in Tether. I only deal in Ethereum and or Bitcoin, but not Bitcoin so much lately. Mainly Ether, and also now with like the Qcoin and Binance Coin, I will use them in the exchanges. But I just don't like the idea of Tether, because at some stage there might be a problem with that, and then your Tether becomes worthless. So that was interesting, but they're basically suggesting that's holding up the market, because the price of Bitcoin hasn't really moved, and yet they've generated $400 million worth of Tether. So interesting. It'll be interesting to see if I find more information about that. So there was another article I saw, which was Russia ready for Bitcoin miners. So we did talk about Russia previously, and also Canada. So two great places. And this article goes on to say about there's actually advertising for Chinese miners to come to Russia, and they're saying, well, you can get 20 megawatts, and it's going to cost you this much. And apparently there's lots of ads for that. And they also have got, air-cooled buildings, CCTVs, 24 support. So there's actually a lot of companies and organizations getting ready to take on business from China coming into Russia. So, there'll be I think a lot of Chinese miners will be moving into Russia, as well as possibly Canada. So, apparently it says here that up to 40% of Russia's power remains unutilized. So they definitely, it's a win-win for Russia. So I thought that was interesting. It's just a trend we're seeing, which is it's a good thing, moving out of one country and moving to other countries. So that's pretty good. I'll just go back to see if you guys got any questions for me. So MC Huddle says, why are some people still believing in BitConnect? Some YouTubers still pumping. Well, I don't know. Some of the guys that were pumping BitConnect, they're now moved on to. I was just amazed. They're onto like Davcoin and stuff like that, and it's just another BitConnect. Mr. Bazinga talks about, do you use the investing platform? Not sure what you mean. Do you mean like a lending platform or something like that? I've seen a few people ask about lending. My opinion on lending. And the lending markets, they're all the same. They're all Ponzi schemes. Okay, it's as simple as that. You participate in if you want, but the end result is going to be like BitConnect. They're going to cash out, and they're going to take your funds. At some stage, something will happen. You will lose your funds, and you'll be stuck there. Now, sure, if you get in first and you make some money, great for you. But the people you recommend, are you being transparent with them and letting them know that this is what's happening? That they've got a very good chance of losing the money. So this is investing.com. No, I haven't went there. I might check that out. So what's it called? Investing.com. We'll have a quick look at that. I don't know if this is the one you mean. I haven't actually been there before. We'll just have a quick look. Tell me if this is the one you're talking about. Let's have a quick look here. The site investing.com. Yeah, just put in the, if this is the platform you're talking about, just let me know. I'll just leave that up on the screen for a minute. If this is the one you want me to ask about, then cool. Maybe this is where you're saying you get your news from. I'm not sure. That'd be, I can see a bit of news here. I'll check that out and let you know what I think of that one. Oh, that's the one. Okay, cool. Well, we can no, I don't use this platform. I actually haven't come across this one before. And while we talk about, look, here's a lending platform, ICO, monetized coin. Have no idea about this one, but I'm thinking it's dodgy already. So, but what I might do tonight, so what I think what I'd like to do is maybe just do something different with talking about a coin. So let's say I get asked about a coin and I don't know too much about it. There was one, I think there was someone asked, there was a coin, I think it was Verge coin. I think it was Verge. Oh yeah, so what's my thoughts on Verge? Okay, I have no thoughts on Verge at the moment. Do I think it could reach $1? So what I might do, thank you very much Justin for asking this question. What I might do, is I'm going to have a look at that one. So XVG, and I'm going to go through my process of how, I look at a coin, and hopefully maybe some of this will help you guys to sort of maybe my thinking on some of this stuff. So the first thing I would do if I was going to look at Verge XVG is I would go back to, I've lost it. So first of all, bring up coin market cap. Okay. And then type in XVG. Now I don't have XVG at the moment. I suspect that it's had some big moves is why people are asking about it. Okay, so there you go. You look at the chart, right? So it looks like it's been around a couple of years. Nothing really happening until the end of maybe July. Big move, and then a big move recently. So let's go look last 3 months. So here's this thing, right? So now you're saying, well, should I get into it, or would you get into it? So here's the thing. This coin would have been in this period here, right up till the 4th of December, when it was 0.0087 cents. Okay, that was a good time to get into this coin. All right. Then when it moves to 20 cents, I'm not going to do the math on that, but that's a lot. Okay. That is a huge increase. So if you'd been holding any substantial amount of money in this coin for that period of time, you would have made some serious coin. You make some serious dollars out of that. Now, right now, it did come back to 8 cents, but it's still significant from up here. Now, this was probably a good time to buy, and maybe this time to buy, but you've missed a big move from here to here. Now, the question is it still going to go upwards and maybe go higher than 23 cents, for example? Maybe that was as high, maybe 24, 26 cents or something like that. So is it going to get higher than that? So these things get, for whatever reason, at the moment, I'm not sure what the reason why it happened like that. But if what we do is we can have a look at the social and we can have a look at what they do. So here we go. So the first thing is they're trying to get listed on Coinbase, okay, and Coinbase's a platform that just had an ICO where they're basically trying to make 0 transaction fees for trading. And then let's have a quick look down. So this was January, and what else was it? Let's see if there's anything. First, privacy as a choice. Okay, so it's definitely on privacy coin. We'll go, and the other thing we'll do is we'll have a quick look at their website so we can get a feel for it. All right, so far I've worked out it's already had a big move. It's come back down a lot, and it's currently at 10 cents. Will it go more than 20 cents and keep going up? And let's say if it's at 10 cents, is it going to go to $1? So are we going to 10x on this, or is it going to maybe go to $2? So I'll have a look at the website. The Verge is secure, anonymous, built on privacy, right? Introductory video, download an Electrum wallet. Haven't actually. So here's the first thing. Like, I'm looking at this going, Windows Electrum. I know what Electrum wallet is. And basically it's not the best, but they use it so that you can. Electrum is used so it can go on like Mac and PC. Okay, so they got a Windows one. So where's the rest of their stuff? So I'm looking down. See, these are things you look for. You go, okay, here we go. So they got Windows, OS X, Linux. So okay, so they got all the different wallets. Good sign. So then you go, okay, well that's good. You look at what they want to do. They want to use it for every day, improve on Bitcoin, anonymous. Now there's a few coins like this. Now what else do they do that's interesting? So block time's 30 seconds. They're saying that we're ready for mass adoption because we're in Android. Okay, no mention of iOS. They really need to have iOS and Android if they're going to get mass adoption. So they don't have that yet. Decentralized open, that's fine. They're talking about the Tor network. Okay, that's fine. And they've got active development. All right, so you go, okay. interesting. So where can you get it? You can get it on plenty of exchanges, right? And this is a good thing. So it's all over the place. Binance, Bittrex, big one. Heard some dramas with HitBC. I've had a few people talk to me about that, saying the fees to take your funds out of HitBC have been really high. So this is only something I've heard from a few people. There is fees to get out of some of these, like Binance charge a fee. I think $8. It changes depending on the coin, but I think it's $8 to get out. Some of these other ones may not charge to get out, but normally that's the way they work. When you bring funds back out, they charge you a few dollars when you leave. So this is all over the place. Cryptopia, okay, so it's and then it's going, well, okay, who accepts it? And it lists all the different brands that accept it. Nothing really stands out there. I mean, I look at Verge and go, okay, well, if it's going to be used and traded, where is it? I can't buy Verge from Coinbase. Most of the places in Australia, I can't buy Verge. So that's their number one, problem, access to buying it. So then we go down their schedule. What are they doing? So they're building out wallets. They're talking about atomic swap, integration. Now, what's this? January. So this is now. So they're talking about bringing out more stuff, an Android wallet, mixing to mining update. So they're obviously doing something with mining, an online store, smart contracts, blah, 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 new website. Okay, nothing really, an Android wallet, so they haven't actually, doesn't look like they've got that one out yet, perhaps. So, look, they've got a long way to go. I don't know too much about the developers. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at their GitHub. So these are little things you look at, right? GitHub is where they store all their code. It's 30 repositories. This tells you how much activity. Okay, so this is like the website. This is the source code for the actual cryptocurrency. So see how it was updated a day ago. It's been looks like it's been forked 340 times. This is their wallet, and then they've got other stuff they're working on. But the main thing is that's the actual currency right there. So they are active in that. And you can actually tell, if you go into that one, it actually tells you how much activity is happening on that. So we can see that there's been over 1,000 commits, 11 branches, 4 releases, 41 contributors. Okay, so, and as you can see, 17 days ago, 2 months ago, so they are making changes, and this gives you all the specifications of what they're doing. This is important because if you check Doge, if we check Doge now, that Dogecoin, you'd find that nothing's going on with this. You would see this was like 2 years ago that anything happened. So coins can't move forward if there's no development going on with them. All right, so I check out that. So they're active. They've got a development CUNY that's going good. I don't see too much exciting about this. I don't know about this smart contract stuff. Maybe they're trying to make it similar to what Ethereum does. Not sure, but it's all about adoption. Can they, can I buy this coin? Can you buy this coin? And are you going to use it? And because if you can hold it, but then if you want to buy something with it, you might then have to shape shift it or go to an exchange and swap it for something different. So they're not going to get adoption unless they can get more people on board with that currency. So they need to team up with big providers that actually have e-commerce already and that will take Verge. At the moment, I'm not familiar with anyone that does. Maybe there is someone that does take Verge, but I haven't seen it yet. So that's the sort of thing they need to do, and they need to be able to go to like local exchanges in countries and make sure that you can buy Verge without buying Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin first. That's how they increase it. So that would be something I look at, and so I look at that and go, okay, there's nothing to crash hot. Then I would check maybe their social, like what do they got? Have they got see out their Slack group? There'll be a lot going on there. They got Facebook, Twitter. So I like Twitter. I like looking at Twitter, and then Telegram. Let's have a look at Twitter and just see what they say. All right, 229,000. So they update a fair bit, which is good. Yep, basically, yeah, they've always got news coming out, which is good, because you need to have things happening for opportunities for the coin to grow. If you don't have any news coming out or anything like that, or any more development, that coin's not going to grow at all. Okay, and then we have a look at the Telegram. So let's open up Telegram. I think I have it loaded on here. I'll see if that works. Oh yeah, we do. It's on my other screen. I'll bring that over. So Telegram, how many have they got? 27,000 members in their group. Okay. Which is pretty good. Pretty good for that. Nothing else going on. Can't see too much in there. But this is what you do. You join the Telegram to see if it's worthwhile. You also check out Twitter to make sure they've got things happening there. And they're actually, someone's promoting and doing stuff all the time. They've got 200,000 followers on Twitter. Okay. So this is good. That's a good sign. So you can obviously continue to see stuff. They're obviously going to, with development and all this stuff happening, their roadmap is going to get completed. Okay, so you can assume that this is going to get completed, and maybe these things here are going to help to bring on more people and more adoption. That's really what it's all about, and more collaboration with other people. So there's nothing really exciting I see about this coin, but even at this rate, this could see minimum. If Bitcoin is going to go 10x, at least 10x, and that's what I see based on last year, then Verge can go 10x. It might take 12 months, but also alts generally go up a lot more, so we could see a lot more. Now, the other thing you look at is the, we go back to here, is you have a look at the market cap. So right now, it's in 1.5 billion, okay, and it's a 10-cent coin. And the supply, I think, is 16 billion, and we're at 10 cents a coin. So, compare that to, Ripple or some of the other ones. It's still, if for it to go to, say, 20 cents, that market cap needs to go to like 3 billion, okay? So up here, it's a market cap of 600. So if that doubles and all things being the same, you would see this at 300. You'd also see this at 20 cents. That's just a guesstimate. So basically, when you're looking at a 1 trillion market, there's a possibility that it'll get back up to 20 cents. So and remember, just recently when we looked at that market cap, remember when it did go up to 24, 26 cents, which was right up this peak here. It was 700, nearly close, I think it was 700, nearly 800 billion, right? So that was on, I think, January the 6th, something like that. So that was to give you an idea of when the market was quite high. If we have a look at the charts, again, let's have a look at this. And we have a look at the price. So it was basically from December. Yes, in this period here was when it was the highest. It's dropped off a little bit now. But I think this actually would have been just at the end of December the 24th in this little period here. And that was the highest price at the moment for that. Okay, and that was when also the market cap was huge. And overall the general market cap. So I think this will move back up towards the 20 cents when we see the market cap approach maybe another 800 and 900 million, which, for Bitcoin, if things go well and it goes back to 20,000, as soon as this gets up to 800, 900, we might be back to that 20,000. That might back to about 20 cents. And then, once they deliver on some good news or get some new relationships, it might move out 25, 30 cents. Will it 10x in 12 months? Probably. I don't know if it's going to do 100x or anything like that. I can't see what they're doing anything special, so I can't see why, you know, to move 100x. But definitely 10x, because really they're just a coin. They're not like a platform to do anything else special. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that, but hopefully that helps. Let's see if you've got any other questions live for me. All right. Who else we got? Chanel. Hey, how you doing? What else we got? Raju. Audrey. What's going on with the US government shutdown? I don't know. Is that the US government as in, do they shut down for a period of time? Because I'm in Australia, I don't follow too much with the US news. But that will be interesting. Yeah, I know they do shut down, but I wasn't sure of the dates. So that would be interesting if you know the dates, Audrey. Patna, hello. Please, I want the giveaway. Yes, you do. You missed the one before, but you are on the live one. And as a special thing that we're going to do, we're actually going to do one tonight for the people that are live on now. So what I'm going to get you to, you don't have to go and put your, you don't have to do anything special. I'm going to come up with a way for you guys to do something. I might just do something like simple. Like I'll tell you what, this is what we're going to do. I want you to pick a number between 1 and 100. This is right, 1 and 100. And the closest person, I'm going to write down my number. Let me find a pen. I'm going to write down the number, and then whatever that number is, then what's going to happen is the person, want you to put the number between 1 and 100, and whoever gets the closest number, so I'm going to choose one now. Okay, so I've chosen the number, and all you have to do is put your one guess at it, put the number in, and the closest person to that is going to win. You know what? I'm going to make it $20 Bitcoin Cash tonight. I'm feeling good. So yep. So put in your comments. Just get one go at it. Don't go put any more goes at it, or I'll delete you, please. So just put one in there, and then I'm going to check shortly, and I will announce that person that's going to win. And yes, I'm going to do $20 Bitcoin Cash for that person tonight, because I really appreciate everyone doing that. Now, while you're doing that, let me see if I've got any questions. If you have any questions, just pop them in here so we can talk about them, because we're about a half an hour now, so I can probably got a couple of more questions, because you've got my attention now. So you may as well ask me anything you want. So I don't know about the US government shutdown. While you're doing that, I'm going to Google that right now, just so I know when the dates are. And I assume you just mean the normal shutdown. Okay, let me check the news. I think I've seen this before, like, because I don't follow. Yeah, okay, I do remember this happening before, where the government is shutting down at last-ditch bid to secure funds. Yeah. That's right. They shut down for 4 weeks, and that was blocked. Interesting. I might have to catch up on that news and find out. I have remembered this has happened in the past, and I remember it caused so much, what was going to happen if the government shut down for a period of time. So yeah, I think this has happened before. Anyone in the US would know. They probably can share some light on that. And yeah, so if you have gone through this before, maybe just put some comments on what you think about it if you're from the US. So that would be good to know. But yeah, so I don't know too much about it, but it's like anything. It's an unknown. What's going to happen? It depends on whether it's going to fall through or not. From last time I remember that it happened. So we'll see what happens with that. I just don't know the dates. It might actually have it in there. If someone knows the exact dates it's going to happen, just pop it in there. That would be good. All right. What else have we got? Rommel says, any update on the Lightning Network? Zara says, the government just shut down. Do you think it affects BTC price? Hmm. I don't know. I don't think so. It might affect. I'm not sure how it relates to the institutions or whether or not they're going to stop investing. Um, so look, there might be minor things that, but overall, it's not going to. Let's put it this way: I'm putting a shitload of fiat into crypto this year, right? And I'm just one person. There'll be heaps of other people putting funds in, and there'll be bigger funds that have access to billions of dollars. They'll also be putting that in as well. So look, I don't think it's going to cause any dramas. I think it's going to continue on and continue on upwards. So that's how I feel about that. Raju says, how to mine Verge on CoinMarketCap shows it's mineable. Good question. There is a mining thing I think before I had a look at. I think it says what2mine.com. I think I went there before. There is probably other places as well, but this is one I know that has most of them. So I'll just see if it says Verge on here. I'll just scroll down on this list. Actually, I'll just type it. Verge. Here we go. That looks like Verge there. So yes, looks like Verge is mineable. And so you can check out this page on what to mine if you're interested in doing it. So I don't know exactly what mining gear you need to do this one, because I haven't done too much mining. But essentially, it's a different algorithm to Bitcoin, but you can mine it. I'm not sure. You'd have to probably, I would say, on their website, on their site, they would have information about the mining. I'll just see if that's on that page. Oh yeah, mining pools, mining resources. So if you click on mining resources, blah blah blah. Okay, so they're talking about what you need to mine. Yeah, there's some information there you can check out with the mining. I don't know if like Bitmain has any, like whether you can use any of those for this mining. I don't know, because this at the moment it says AMD and NVIDIA GPU, so you'd have to check that out. But definitely, what to mine, if you're interested in going that, you can check out that site as well. All right, let's go back to what we got. Audrey says if the Lunar Festival would have effect with market. John Week, you've put 101. It was actually between 1 and 100. So you might want to try a different number. It won't be 101. Okay, so what is the number Ecom Zara says? Well, let me have a look. Has everyone put in their numbers? Let's have a look. I'm going to give you probably another 30 seconds, and then I'm going to scroll through and have a look at the numbers and see who's going to win. So let me have a look at my number. Okay, let's see who's close. Okay, has everyone picked a number between 1 and 100? Because I'm just about to do this. At the moment, it looks like there's someone really close. I just want to see if anyone else is closer. Okay, alright, I think that we're done. Okay, so I've had a quick look. The closest person is Crypto to the Moon. My number was 37 and you did number 30. That is 7 away from it. So well done. So that's awesome. So Crypto to the Moon, can you please put your Bitcoin Cash address down the bottom? You are a winner. And I'm going to pay you $20 worth of Bitcoin Cash right now. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone on the live stream. And I appreciate your questions and your support. So, yep. So Crypto to the Moon, you're a winner. So just put your Bitcoin cash address, and then I can send that through to you straight away. All good. All right, so that's exciting. All right, so we have drawn the winner, so you don't need to comment anymore, but I do appreciate it. All right, and hopefully Crypto to the Moon is on still. Actually, you should be, because let's hopefully it responds pretty quickly. So what we might do is I'll just see if I've got any other questions, and then I'll just go quickly have a look if there's any questions that I saw here that I liked. Here's one. Trusting Davor coin. Would it be good, or could it be another Bitcoin? I can tell you right now, Davor coin is another Bitcoin type scam, so stay away from it. Neo's relationship to BCT. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I think, Nathan, you're on tonight. Maybe I don't know. Neo's like Chinese Ethereum, really. Like, it's China's Ethereum. It's got a lot of potential. So it is different to BTC, and I see them as different things. So we talked about XVG and how you would actually do that, and probably just to finish it off, I think I said that it would be about 10x maybe this year. So at the moment, it's at 20 cents. 10 cents. It might go to $1 to $2, but I can't see it going a lot more. What else do we got? Let's go back to our live. Still waiting for Crypto to the Moon to put his address in. Now, if Crypto to the Moon doesn't put his address in, then I'm going to redraw it. That's what I'm going to do. That means that the closest person, which got closest to 37, and I think the next closest was Audrey on 24. So I'm going to give Crypto to the Moon another 30 seconds waiting, and then if I don't get the Bitcoin Cash address, I'm going to give it to Audrey. And Audrey, let me know that you're still here. Just put something in the comments, let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'll be drawing someone else that is here. All right, so let's have a look at the comments. Which company do you think has the best long-term token? Well, there's so many, really. There's so many different companies and different coins and different projects. I think with the long-term projects, it's got to be a platform type thing. It can't just be a coin. So Bitcoin, essentially is a coin that just handles transfers and transactions and stuff like that, right? Like, it's just a transfer of wealth. Whereas something like Ethereum, where you can actually do more on it, you can execute smart contracts, or Neo or EOS or something like that. So all these new coins, which then they're actually like they're like a layer, and then they can build apps on top of them, and so they'll be able to do a lot more than what Bitcoin can do. Okay, and so projects like that, I think, are the ones that are going to be big in the future. So if I have a quick look, we go back to here. While I'm waiting, let's check in the comments to see if we have who else is on board. So Audrey, are you still there? I can't see you commenting. Oh, there's Crypto to the Moon. That was quick. Very good. So Crypto to the Moon, excellent. You are our winner. Fantastic. So I'm going to send the $20 worth of Bitcoin Cash. Let me do that right now. So give me a second. I will transfer that. And when you get it, just put in the live chat that you received it. That would be great. All right. So just let me transfer that cash now for you. Send. Put your address in there. Just make sure we got the right one. And that looks right. And $20 US. And we're going to send that off to you. 2 cents is the fee on that, which is pretty cheap. That's what I like about that one. So we send $20, send, and you should have that pretty quickly. So it's sent now. Awesome. Just let me know you received it. Yeah, congrats to Crypto the Moon. And Crypto the Moon's been on a few of the live streams a few times. So thank you very much. And I'm glad you've won tonight. That's awesome. And thank you to everyone else that's on tonight. Alrighty. I think we'll just double check. We're going to wrap it up very shortly. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was looking at the long term. One of the questions was long term tokens. So, right, so Ethereum, right? It's got a lot of ERC20 tokens. A lot of ICOs get launched. A lot of other tokens get launched on the Ethereum network. And this is going to continue to grow while this is going on, because Ethereum is useful, because you need it to participate in ICOs. You need to participate in other types of things where you need Ethereum for, and other platforms are built upon it. Ripple, I got nothing on Ripple. I don't hold any Ripple. I'm not going to be doing anything with Ripple. I don't even really see that as anything. Ripple's nothing in my mind. To me, there's just no advantage in owning that at all. I don't even know why it's there. Bitcoin Cash, okay. It's basically, as you can tell, it's a fork from Bitcoin. Some people hate it, some people love it or whatever. I don't really get into that. I just see it as useful, and I use it and I give it away because it's cheap. It's cheap to do it. I can't do it with Bitcoin. It's too expensive to do a transaction. So right now, if I switch to Bitcoin on my Exodus wallet and I go send and I put in $10, yeah, the fee right now is $3.30. Now, it has been a lot more than that, but $3.30 versus 2 cents. You know, I'm not paying $3.30 to send it. It's like, you know, paying for a bank transfer that might cost $10 or $20 or something like that. It's just crazy. You know, why would you do it? It defeats the purpose. Bitcoin was never like that, and now it is. And then all of a sudden they fork Bitcoin Cash, and now Bitcoin Cash has got fees that are way lower, and it's faster. Like, and why couldn't Bitcoin do that? Well, they can do that, but they didn't. They couldn't come up with consensus to do it. So in the meantime, Bitcoin Cash is going to do that. But if you're looking for fast transactions, you know, try Dash. I don't know if you've used that recently, but that's fast. Fast because they have master nodes, and Dash. Once Dash gets adoption and the new software, that one's going to go really well. But getting on to long-term stuff, Litecoin's been around for a long time, but they're going to have to see to put new development in to keep up with some of these other coins. But something like NEM, I don't know too much about Cardano. I haven't really researched that, so I'm not going to say too much about it. But NEM, Stellar, Neo, EOS, IOTA, all these ones are massive big platforms. Like EOS has been going for a year with their ICO, and I thought it was a bit crazy to begin with, but I understand why they did it. Is because they're now like they're going to 8 billion market cap, right? This 12-month ICO, and the idea was that they could distribute the coin over 12 months and get everyone an equal opportunity to get into the coin. These days, when you do an ICO, and this is what I experience nearly every day doing ICOs, it is a race to get into the ICOs because it's extremely difficult to get into them. If you don't know what you're doing, you can't get in, and you've got to, you know, do all the right things and tick the right boxes, and then obviously get into the right ones. And so, but EOS did it completely different, and now they're like in the top 10, and soon this platform will come on board. And if you want to check out, it's similar to what Neo and EOS and IO, they're trying to solve these problems and have platforms built on them and software built on them, which is pretty exciting. But other coins, you know, like Litecoin, Dash, and Monero, they're only going to be a coin. They're not going to be these platforms like these other ones. So I feel that these platforms are always going to be higher than the coins, and we'll see what happens in the next 12 months for that, especially when they roll out. And when these guys actually start, you know, having projects and making products that the real world's going to use, that's going to create a lot more value, and these things are going to skyrocket. Because at the moment, you know, you might go, well, no one's really using EOS or IOTA or Neo, but when they start having other companies and real world applications using this stuff in the real world, that's when you're going to see this stuff skyrocket. Okay, Tron and Icon's another big one. that I see, and also a little bit about rail blocks. But there is other ones down here, but the ones I see the most are the platform ones. I see them moving into the top 10 and staying there, and who knows where it's going to go. So that will be the long-term ones for that. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. We'll just see what else we got. How about a Litecoin giveaway? I think it's much cheaper. I don't know. Let me switch to Litecoin right now. So it was 2 cents. I'm going to send $10. No, Litecoin's not cheaper. For me to send a Litecoin transaction right now, $10 US, is going to cost 43 cents. Yeah, not happening. I do like Litecoin, but not at 43 cents. Because every time you pay fees, you're giving up a percentage. So, you know, it's like when you have trying to send $10 worth of Bitcoin and it costs $3. That's 30% fees. It's stupid. No one wants to do that. 43 cents. Why would I do that when I can send it for 2 cents? And also these like Dash. If I have Dash, I think that's what Dash is right now. Dash is actually I better fix that up. $10 US. Try that again. $10. Oh, my goodness, what's going on? It's locked up. Ah, lost connection with my keyboard. Let me try that again. Oh, I'll try my other keyboard. $10. So Dash right now is even cheaper than Bitcoin Cash. It's 1 cent. And it's extremely fast. So, you know, like, to me, even Dash is better than Litecoin. But yeah, look, at the moment I've got, yes, so MC HODL Dash is faster, 100%. If you've done anything with Dash, this is why they have master nodes, so they can facilitate that faster. So I think what I might do is, so at the moment I won't be doing a Litecoin giveaway. Maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe, but I really like Dash, like maybe Litecoin after that or something. But I'll just mix it up. At the moment I'm doing Bitcoin Cash, and at some stage I'm going to change. But at the moment I like giving away Bitcoin Cash. Okay, and what is the last question I'm going to ask tonight is Rommel says, what's your price prediction for Ethereum? Well, that's pretty interesting because Ethereum, if you have a look at Ethereum, you know, Ethereum right now is at number 2. It's essentially 100 billion. And Bitcoin's at 200. And essentially it's half of Bitcoin, okay, right now. But there's so much stuff being built on Ethereum. Now it comes down to whether or not it's going to scale and keep scaling. Now they've got things in place to help Ethereum scale. I don't know exactly the timeline. I'd probably have to check on Twitter and maybe find out about more. But I think they have a timeline for bringing out some new stuff they've got with Ethereum to help scale. Now Ethereum, you know, is still using. I think they have. What do they use? When you write the contracts, they have the language that you write in, which is, you know, it's a newer language that they've made, right? It's not like some of the other languages that programmers are used to. So these other projects that are bringing out different languages, I think, what do they use? Just trying to find where it is. Just for the life of me, I can't remember what they call it. But nevertheless, there was I have seen that they are talking about the scaling issues to make it, because you know how you have issues like with the Ethereum when everything starts to go slow and the market bogs down, and basically it's trying to get through all the and you'll get those delays. You've seen those with Ethereum. So that's right. Solidity was the language that they used to write the contracts and stuff like that. Okay, but basically, what they're trying to do is to scale this so it will be able to handle more transactions. And you know, essentially, this is what EOS and Neo and all those other ones are trying to do. They're basically trying to become the next Ethereum, and you know, it's pretty big because you know we're at this. This is second in the market cap. you know, if something goes really well for Ethereum and Bitcoin, you know, starts to not see the gains it has, whether it's the high transactions or less people using it, you know, and more people using Ethereum, and maybe the ICOs will continue for the next 12 months, and that will also push more into Ethereum. You know, my biggest thing right now is Ethereum. That's what I hold the most in. Why? Is because I'm participating in ICOs. Now, some of them are in Bitcoin, but it's all to do with the smart contracts and getting in and using Ethereum, okay? And that's what mainly I participate in. So the more ICOs that come on board and the billions of dollars that are going to come in through ICOs is going to increase this. You might even see Ethereum overtake Bitcoin in the next 12 months. That could be a possibility. I mean, it's only half of Bitcoin now. So if Bitcoin stalls and Ethereum takes over, it will be an interesting day when that happens. But that is a possibility. So, and especially if they can scale and solve some of the scaling problems. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. So as far as where the price goes, we're at 1,000 here. And the market is at 610 billion. So for Ethereum to, let's just say, double, you really need that this market capital to double, and this was nearly doubling as well. So for Ethereum, I'd say to get to 2,000, I'm guessing that this market caps is going to be past the 1 billion stage and possibly into the closer to the 2 billion before Ethereum, unless of course you start to see people move from Bitcoin to Ethereum and the money moves out into Ethereum or into other alts. That could be a possibility as well. But I think we're going to have to get over this 1 trillion market cap before you're going to see you know, a $2,000 Ethereum, which is double where we are at the moment. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. I've got not other than just looking at the market cap and just going with what I think's, that's basically what I'm going on for. I'm not looking at the charts at the moment. I might have a look at the charts and let you know some analysis on that. But I would at least see $2,000 when this market cap's between 1 trillion and maybe 1.5 trillion or something like that. I would see this doubling. So yeah, that's what my thoughts on that. So I think we might wrap it up. I really appreciate everyone coming on board. I'm glad you guys are here, and I will be seeing you tomorrow night. Just for the we're just doing, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about the 400 subscribers. So thank you everyone for subscribing, and I do read all the comments and check what you guys are into, and I'll try and cover some of those questions. So if I haven't asked your question, don't worry, I will get to it. All right. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, so it's good stuff. All right. I will see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.